This is the spot right here. Woo! I like this spot. What's up, everybody? James here. I know it's been a long time since I posted, but today I have the pleasure of bringing you a boat tour of this wonderful boat right here. And the reason I haven't posted a video for 6 weeks is, well, really this guy right here. He's trying to walk away from me, but this is Kyle Jackany. Him and his dad built all of the Hylas yachts, and he's got a new boat company. He's building custom yachts. They're super blue water. They're super cool. I'm very impressed by them. And I've had the pleasure of spending the last 6 weeks with him. He told me this was going to be a delivery, but he was like, "Oh, you know what?
Commissioning."
Yeah, it turned into a commissioning, which was way more work. I didn't sign up for this kind of work.
Yeah, you see, you did.
You see this sweat on my brow?
Yeah, I see the haircut.
Oh no! All right, it will all be explained in just a minute, and then we'll take a tour of this wonderful boat. This is a 56-foot blue water. It's brand new off the boat. We pulled it off the container ship, unwrapped it, and
Put it
together, put the mast on it, put the sails on it, and it's got some really cool features. I'm going to show you some stuff that I love. I'm going to show you some stuff that I don't like, so pay attention. We'll get into it right now. Let's go. Okay, first of all, I got to wear my hat for this thing. We're in Mallorca. It's hot here. I don't know why Kyle doesn't have a hat on.
I don't wear them.
No?
You
refuse?
Don't wear them. Yeah, don't wear them.
Before we get into the tour, let me just give you guys a quick update. I have finished the book, finished the audiobook. The book is in printing right now. If you guys know or pay attention, the Cannes Boat Show is the 7th through the 14th, is that right?
9th to 14th.
9th to 14th. So I'll be at Cannes Boat Show, and then I'm going to fly home, and I'm going to send out all your books, and then I'm going to be at the Annapolis Boat Show with books. So if you didn't pick up one yet, you can buy one there from me, and I'll sign it for you. So like I said, we unloaded this boat from the tanker here in Mallorca on the 8th of June, and this is the boat 6 weeks later. It's actually got sails, it's sailing. There is a couple of things that with any boat, you know, especially a new one, things aren't going to work right, or they're, you know, going to need to be replaced, or parts missing, yeah, screws missing.
Spreader tips missing.
But we did go sailing yesterday, and it was pretty fun. We're going to go sailing again today for you guys, and I'm going to take some drone shots and show you kind of how the boat looks underway. It is beautiful. Well, first of all, let me introduce Kyle. So we'll do a proper introduction. This is Kyle Jackany. He's been in the business for 35 years, 40 years.
35 years, yeah.
And how many boats have you built?
Well, we started with the Hylases in the mid-'80s, almost 400. Almost 400 altogether. Well, you know, about close to half of them were in our charter fleet. We started in the charter business. Yeah, so, and then about just over 200 that we've built privately, right, really up until 2018 under the Hylas name, and then we started rebranding it and building this as the Bluewater 56. So COVID got in the way for a few years, but pretty excited. This is hull number 8 right here. Yeah, which you had fun doing.
Yeah, it was fun. Actually, you know what, dude, to be completely honest with you, I did not expect to work so hard, but this was a cool learning experience for me because I've never put a brand new boat together. So, yeah. I mean, that's the coolest part about sailing for me is you're always learning something. So for me, putting a brand new rig on and scarfing it together and
electrical work,
working with all the new stuff is so cool. I'm used to working with everything seized together after 30 years.
A lot of liquid wrench.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no liquid wrench involved in this one. Why don't you tell me about the boat, how it came to be, why you chose this hull?
Well, so we originally were building. Okay, here. We're originally building this boat.
Choose an eye.
No, we were originally building this boat as the Hylas 54, starting off in the late 90s. Redesigned it 2011-12 as the Hylas 56. Same hull. We redesigned a few engineering elements of it when we switched builders and switched it to the Bluewater name. And this is, like I said, hull number 8. Number 9 is close to finishing right now. We'll take that one to Fort Lauderdale. This is the first time we're doing a show in Europe. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Very excited about that. But it's a Frers design. You know, it's very similar to the Swan 57 hull shape. Swan 57 hull shape. Kind of dummied down the keel a bit, went from 10 feet to 8 feet. But it's a great sailing vessel. And the owners who have them, it's all couples. They love the boat. Yeah, they love it. We had a great sail yesterday.
Yeah. This is a really cool boat. It's one of the last real blue water boats built. as in my opinion, and it's one of the only ones that you can get super customized, because Kyle's a glutton for punishment and he'll do whatever you want. Didn't you say you put the kitchen inside the saloon in one boat?
Yeah, we did do that. Very kind of Beneteau-esque with that design. But no, the owners get pretty creative. There are a lot of great ideas the owners have. I mean, you'll see it inside. I mean, owners customize the woods, the style, the cabinets, 2 cabin, 3 cabin, 4 cabin. Gosh, I had an owner who wanted to put a bar and bar stools in one time. You know, I've done some pretty creative stuff.
You can tell them about the stripper pole.
I'm not talking about that.
All right, since we're side tied, we're actually uniquely positioned so I can show you this from the dock. So there's a concrete dock here, both side tied to it, and I can show you the front. This boat is unique in a lot of different ways, and it may look a little bit utilitarian at first, but I'm going to explain, and actually I'll let Kyle explain why he did what he did, because this guy has done something like 30,000 charters over the last 35 years. He ran a charter company with his family, and they learned all the things that are on this boat came from what he learned from charter, which is hundreds of thousands of hours of use. So that's pretty cool, and there's some pretty cool little things in here. So, for instance, this has 2 bow rollers. Care to explain?
Well, no, what's cool about it is they're not in parallel, right? We actually have a 14-degree split there, and being offset the distance in the 14-degree split allows actually 2 anchors to function properly without banging into each other, right? I mean, it's just, it's very easy to find anchors that just don't fit parallel rollers very well, which is common. Nowadays, you only see all the new boats, they only have a single roller. They're only prioritizing one anchor, right? And as it is, this is, what's this, rocking a 40 right here, so a 90-pound anchor. We have 300 feet of chain on there, so that's really all you'll need, but it's nice to have that second roller. Whether you need a second anchor, emergency or whatever the situation may be, or if you want to put in a sprit, a lot of owners use that second roller for the sprit. But it's a nice design. You can see, if you take a look, you can see all the solid stainless there protecting all the way to that windlass. The windlass is a 3500, oversized. I mean, literally the same windlass we would use on when we were building the Hylas 63s in the 70s. So yeah, it's pretty sizable. You can look at the stainless plating in the front there, and that's just anchor protection. This owner wanted to take it all the way down to the waterline. Typically we do it kind of, you can see about a third of the way down, but yeah, he's planning to do Northwest Passage. He wants to do circumnavigation, Northwest Passage, possibly Antarctica. So we'll see what he wants to do.
Okay, so one of the things that I really like that I didn't notice was, you can give or take wanting to have a big stainless steel plate right here. Maybe you like that aesthetic, maybe you don't, but let me show you something really cool about this. Whenever you're pulling up this chain, you get a bunch of mud on it, and the mud goes onto the front of the boat, and then when you're spraying it off, all that mud goes down your whole boat, except for if you have this plate with this lip, and the lip corresponds exactly with the cutouts for the cleats. What? Did you think about that ahead of time?
That's an owner, man.
Really?
Yeah. All the best ideas are from owners.
That is.
They really are. Yeah.
I'm telling you, that is one of my favorite parts of the boat. When I first stepped foot on this boat, I was thinking, I could kind of give or take with that. Now I'm thinking, that is brilliant. I want that on my boat. Seriously. So what else is owner modifications? This is give or take. You can get these?
So the owners will, if they put seats up here, they'll do either the pair or they'll do a single one forward of the roller. Some like the idea of being able to have their, looking forward, sitting forward of the windows, doing the whole Titanic thing. But yeah, this is pretty popular. I'd say maybe half the owners put seats up here, though. Not, it's an owner's choice certainly. But the rest of this, the anchor locker here, which you'll go into in a second, sail locker. This is all standard stuff. What's cool about the cleats, when we switched over, when we updated the design from the Hylas to the Bluewater name, if anybody's familiar with the Hylas designs, doesn't matter if it's the 56, 54, 46, all the stanchions were inboard of the cap rail, right? And we moved everything outboard by 4.5 inches, so that's actually on the bulwark. And so it actually opens up the deck, and also all of these stanchions are all they're mechanically fitted. Our hull and deck joint hasn't changed. It's still mechanical fittings every 6 inches, bonded, double backing plates, so it's very strong. But well, we opened up the deck a little bit with the stanchion design, and then we changed the cleat design by running the cleats all the way outboard and putting the protection outboard so the leads are clean, and you don't have to go through a chock. So if you're running up there last minute, you're not trying to feed a line through the chock. So it's nice. It's a nice arrangement.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
And there are 6, so there's 2 forward, 2 midship, 2 aft.
Yeah, it's another thing that's kind of amazing. I really do like. Now that I've been telling you all these things I really love about the boat, let me tell you something I don't like about it. I don't really love having electric furling on the front. I just don't like it. I like mechanical everything. I think these things, they fail in the worst times, and I don't want it on my boat. But this is owner fitted, and if you're paying $1.6 million for a boat, you probably want push button everything. So
You might want to point out that the manual fitting's still on there.
yeah, well, yeah, this thing, case in point, this doesn't work right now. So we had to do it with this manual fitting, which is a 24-to-1 little. I'm going to show you how it works.
You're missing a part.
I'm going to show you how it works. Here, hold that for me. You can look right here. Okay. So in this one, you just pull it like this. You see how it's going?
It's actually a 24-to-1 ratio. So
Is it 24-to-1?
Yeah, so it's super easy.
And super slow.
And slow.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you have this option. That's nice. But what better option would be just to get a regular furler, put it on a winch. Anyway, that's the owner, and that, you know what? That's so common now that I don't think any of you guys are actually going to take my advice on that. But I'm telling you, offshore, that's the way to go. Let me make that nice. Okay, there we go. Now we're ready to go sailing later. Okay. Another thing that I don't love on this boat, and I didn't know whether or not this was going to be a thing, this is flexi teak. I actually really like the flexi teak. I think it's probably better than teak. It's going to be less maintenance. It's going to be easier. When flexi teak first came out, it was like this really crappy, kind of like linoleum. You know how like on your grandma's floor, the linoleum would start peeling up and you could peel up big squares of it? That was what it felt like to me. Now it actually feels like wood. Like this not only looks like wood, but it feels like wood. It's
yeah, you can take sandpaper to it.
You can sand it.
You can sand it. You can take a hard bristle brush. That's nice. I like the fact you can take a hard bristle brush to it.
You're not going to end up with a bunch of wood pulp afterwards.
Yeah,
you can have a kid wash your deck and not have to really worry about, like, is he doing the right thing on it? You don't have to baby it. The thing I don't like about this particular set of flexi teak is it's dark, and I can see how somebody that didn't know would pick this color because it's pretty. Like, look at this boat over here is that color, and it's friggin' hot, dude. I have my sandals on because my bare feet can't handle it.
He wanted the traditional color of the teak without actually having it. It's not uncommon. So
yeah, but
a lot of the owners will do the lighter caulking, right? Which helps a little bit, but it's still hot stuff. It's still hot. I mean, teak of this, it's all hot.
I think if you're gonna put this fake teak on your boat, do the bleached teak look. I know it's not the same, but the grip is gonna be the same, and I tell you what, this is a hot, hot, hot deck. So
Palma, it's pretty hot here right now.
Yeah, it's hot here, but it's hot here like this everywhere in the tropics. So I'm gonna jump off the boat just for a second so I can show you guys. This is a true cutter. You see how much room you have between the foresail and the staysail? That's a lot of room. It's because that staysail only goes up to the well, on this boat it's between the second and third spreaders, but normally that'd be the second spreader. And that means that sail brings the center of effort in and down and lower to the center of the boat. When you're in heavy conditions with a boat like this, it's just way better for balancing the boat. Imagine you're getting 40 knots of wind. You don't want this huge sail. You want this little sail, and you want it down low. That way you can just take it all, and it's just better. Trust me. And then you have the in-mast furling for the mainsail. Now, this is one of those things that's completely subjective because some people love this. I have this on my boat. If I got one of these, if I ordered one of these, I would have slab reefing. I would have a sail that came down here, but
that's a whole other video.
That's a whole nother video. And I kind of love my in-mast furling. It's so easy to furl it up while you're going downwind or just off the wind. It's easy to adjust the sail at all times. As long as you have a new sail that's not baggy and the mast doesn't have too much bend in it, then you don't have to worry about this system too much. It's pretty proven. The other option you have is the roller boom, which you do sell, right?
I do in boom, yeah, in boom, in mast, slab. I've done all three. I would say it's absolutely the majority is in mast.
And do you recommend people to get in boom?
It's really an owner's choice, but I gotta tell you what, you have all of the different conversations, almost everybody goes in mast. So here we are in Europe, and any boat of any consequence, you know, in this size range is all gonna be in mast. I mean, Europe does all in mast, unless you're a mega yacht and you have to go in boom. Yeah, it's a whole other discussion. You know, it's really an owner's option, but when you review all the options, the owners go out and try it, it's almost inevitably mostly in mast furling. Same with, that's why it's standard in Oyster, standard in Hallberg. Draft control, outhaul control, van control, you just don't have within in mast furling. And the actual, you can argue that sail shape and performance actually increases within mast as the apparent wind moves aft on you, which in boom you just don't have. So anyway, again, a whole other video.
Okay, so as you can see, we're just going to finish this on the dock real quick and then we'll go on the boat. As you can see, there's a hard bimini, which I absolutely love. This one is a molded bimini. That means it's from a mold that they pop out, and it's, whoever designed this did a great job. Did you design this?
Frers and I.
That's beautiful, beautiful. I'll show you guys how thick all the tubing is and everything. There's a hard dodger, which I absolutely love as well. This one I think maybe a little bit small in the sides, but I mean, it's hard to do like the aesthetic perfectly with a hard dodger. But man, this is such a nice dodger. There's many times that I wish I had that on my boat. I would totally take one of those. There's aft seating on this boat. There's a big aft deck you could do yoga on, which is one of the things I love about my boat. And it makes the interior of the boat, because it's a center cockpit, huge. So this owner cabin is big. Pretty standard on these types of boats is Simpson davits. These are enough to pull up a, what'd you say these were, 300 kilo?
Those are, yeah, the 300, so 300 kilo. So.
Yeah, so these are good enough to pull up your center console with like a 30 horse motor on the back, no problem. And you can toot around all over with it.
12-foot high field with a 30 is not a problem at all.
Yeah, yeah. And then one of the things I really like about this boat is it's got integrated stairs that go down on the sugar scoop transom. Now, the reason I like that and not some articulating transom is I've had articulating transoms where that's where the back is flat and then it folds down and it's got two cables, one on either side, and it folds down when you get to port. I've had those fail, and it failed offshore and it opened up, and then I had to go back there with the boat rolling everywhere and get inside and then pull it tight and basically tie it off, and then we didn't have a swim platform for the rest of the trip. So I don't really like articulating things. I like strong things like this, and this is a nice setup. It's a nice setup. I really like it. I think it needs a solar arch on the back. I mean, if I was going to order this boat, a lot of people don't like the aesthetic. He doesn't like it.
Nope.
But I love having a solar arch because it's just dumb and it just makes power, and I love it. The Selden rig is standard on these boats. This one is a little bit higher than some of the other boats. He's got two different options where it ends here or it ends like maybe 6 feet down. And the owner decided to put carbon sails on it, which I actually really love. These sails, they're beautiful. We've got all carbon membrane sails in mast. There's no spinnaker on the boat currently, but it's all set up for a spinnaker. It comes stock like that.
He'll be putting on he's going to put on a Code Zero.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, he's putting on a Code Zero.
So he puts in, you put these on all your boats, right?
Standard, yeah.
Yeah, so these are high load Harken blocks, right? So
It's
yeah.
just for the runners as well. So
Yep.
it's both the runner
Oh yeah, okay. So that's where the running back stays or the spinnaker goes, because you're not going to use them both at the same time.
running back stays to windward and the ASIM is to leeward. Yeah.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. I love it. Let's check out some of the lockers, right? See how much storage is in a 56-foot boat. Oh, one of the things that I really love about this boat that I'm going to do to my boat is this. So I've got solid tubing on my boat. I love it. I only did the top. I really like the bottom as well. And look how the gate works. You open this up and then you slide this open, and then this gate goes down. And not only does it go down, but it hinges here and it turns into a ladder. So that's your side ladder. I love it. I think that's such a good idea. Was that also an owner or was that you?
Standard is one important in starboard, yeah.
Was that you, or was that?
Oh, we've been doing that. We've been doing that for 30 years.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I love that, man. I'm gonna put that on my boat. That's exactly how I'm gonna do it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take a picture right now so I can give it to the guys to do that for me. That's awesome. Okay. I'll probably edit that part out. Okay, so let's go up. Maybe I can have Hot Kyle, if he'd be so kind, be my cameraman for a minute. So when you get up into these 50-foot plus boats, you get a ton of storage. I mean, I've seen on some Beneteaus, they turn this into a crew cabin. And while I don't think you should make this into a crew cabin on this boat, you can get an idea on how much space there is, because you can absolutely live in here. This will be your anchor locker, and this will be your sail locker. So you can imagine if this was one locker, how much space you'd have. And I can absolutely get inside there. It doesn't go all the way to the
Well, it goes forward
deck.
and underneath the anchor locker.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So you can fit, even with that bike in there and the extra wheels and stuff, you can fit in ASIM or Code Zero additionally, no problem.
Yeah, so you can get inside here and you can work inside here. And you can reach all the way up to the anchor, which is something that you're going to have to do every once in a while. And on some boats, this is a real pain in the butt. So I can actually get inside here. And I had to wire that, so I know that I can fit in here. It's got a big, huge windlass. This is also standard on these boats.
Yeah, 3500.
I love that thing. This is for the secondary anchor, if you wanted your anchor road to go down here. If this was my boat and I was cruising on it, I'd have another anchor here. I'd have a Fortress off the front as well, just already rigged up, ready to go. Because if you start dragging, that Fortress usually will catch. And if you have it all rigged up, so you just have to toss it off your boat, that's the way to go, in my opinion.
You have the Fortress in where you are right now.
Yep, well, I'm sure this will help a lot.
Throw it over the side with some lines.
Yeah.
With the guard punch, it'll be good.
And then there's a bike in here, so I'm going to get in here, but I'm not going to mess up their carbon bike.
Actually, the ladder's nice having the ladder now.
Yep, the ladder's real big, and there's plenty of room to work in here as well. Right? I'm in here with a bike. Yeah, it's good. It's nice. Another thing I like about this boat, it's a little thing, but it's all these little things that make up the whole boat, is this. These little latches, these ones are perfect. They're all keyed exactly the same, so there's like 12 of these keys on the boat, and you can get into any of these, and you can lock all these with the same key. They're all
pressed down too.
They're all super low pro. They press down?
Yeah, so they can press down. So when you turn the keys, it'll lock it tighter and tighter. So it keeps it, so it compresses the gasket.
Yeah.
So it makes it that much more watertight.
Yeah.
So a lot of these latches are just fitted and they sit down, but they're not compressed against the gasket.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we like these Bailey latches.
Okay, so when Frers and this was your dad that designed this hull with Frers, or you?
Yeah, my
or
dad
both?
did the 54. My dad designed the 54. Actually, a funny story. He designed it at a bar at the Holiday Inn Express in Miami.
Really?
In '97 with Dave Walters. So Dave Walters, my dad, came up with a 54 over a bottle of scotch, and then they finished it up. My dad sent it off to Frers, and he liked it, and he said, "This is similar to what I'm doing now with the Swan." And then they worked on it together for a few months, and 18 months later, the first ones are coming out. Yeah, that's the 54.
That's cool. So for the 56, correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle, but this is a watertight bulkhead right here.
It's right here, actually.
Oh, it's right here.
Watertight bulkhead right here.
Oh, so it's behind the sail locker.
Behind the anchor sail locker. So this is the
that's
forward end
nice.
this is the forward end of the forward cabin right here.
Okay, cool. So there's a watertight bulkhead right here. So you could literally sink this entire part of the boat.
Yeah. This drains directly overboard, and then this has a drain interior that even though it's all sealed, there are parts where you can actually control in case any water gets in, you can drain it out. So
okay, cool.
Yeah.
And it will get in. I mean, this is a hole right here, big old hole. So this is also a big hole right here. So this is the way that sailboats are designed. They're designed for the sail lock or the anchor locker to be full of water, to get water in, and then it comes out.
Permanently drained and permanently they're set up to drain all the time.
This is an option. This is an owner option to have these Dorade things. I'm not a big fan of them. I think the boat would be a lot more pretty if it was just a flush deck with no Dorades.
Most owners don't now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because air conditioning and the rest. So a lot of the owners don't, because without these Dorades here, this really opens up this whole deck area here. Then you can do big, cushions here, big deck area to relax, hang out. I mean, it's still great, but it just opens it up that much more without the Dorades. And the reality is that, if you're offshore, they're off anyway. You have to put the deck plates in, they're closed off, so yeah.
If I could get rid of the whole thing, I would. Actually, I might. Cool part about this boat is the windows. The windows are super nice. You can see out everywhere. They're made of, what are they made of?
They are triple pane tempered safety glass, 16 mil with safety film in between. It's basically waterproof. It's bulletproof glass. It's bulletproof glass. I get people ask me about that. How strong are these? These are immensely strong. I'm a big guy, and I can take a sledgehammer to these. You can't break these. The weak link in all these boats, and a lot of people don't realize, are the hatches. Right? The hatches are the weak link. It doesn't matter if it's Bomar, Lumar, Manship, Pomponette, whatever. They're all 3/8 inch acrylic of some sort. So a guy my size jumping up and down on it, I can eventually crack that. But these are bulletproof.
So speaking of hatches, they are also waterproof.
Oh yes.
And these are manship hatches. You guys probably have never seen manship hatches because they're the most expensive hatches you can buy. And even on my boat is an Oyster. It's got Lumar hatches, and I would like some of these. These are super nice, chrome trimmed, beautiful ocean hatches. I really dig these. All right, let's move on to the standing rigging, because this is one of my favorite parts of this boat, and this is one of the parts where Kyle and I see very eye to eye, and it differs from almost any other boat manufacturing company, and that is the use of mechanical connectors here. This is called a mechanical connector, okay? This is a mechanical fastener for the standing rigging. So the reason that you use these is these are a little bit stronger than doing a swaged fitting, which is where you take a hydraulic press and you press it onto there, and that's usually where standing rigging breaks. I mean, I've had minimum 4 shrouds break on me in my sailing career, and they always broke right here at the swage.
Yeah, that's a weak link.
Never ever have I ever had it break here. Which is why you put this on here and why they're on the bottom, because this is where you have all of the salt water coming down. This part needs to be strong, and this is what they do on every single shroud and stay on the boat, including the back stays and including the forestay. So all of them, which is super cool.
Feature people don't think about though is, typically if you lose a strand, what can often happen is a strand goes first.
Yeah.
So if a strand goes, the wire's compromised. Great thing about this is you can cut this off, you can replace the entire wire, all of this. Doesn't matter how many times this breaks and fails on you, these mechanical fittings are as good as the length of the boat. So these will never have to be replaced. So you can clean these out, clean them up, and reuse them again with a new wire.
So if you guys have seen my video on rescuing the dismasted boat that was like 1,800 miles out to sea, this is the piece that broke. This toggle broke on that Bavaria. This toggle here is monster. There is no way that's going to be the weakest link. Chain plates are really big too. Everything is just, oh man, that's nice. This is the running backstays. These are connected into the mast, up on the top of the mast on the fractional. This mast has something really cool with it. So these guys, this is the halyard. So you actually run just a Dyneema halyard, and then you put another line in here and take this to the winch and then pull these down, and they clickety clack down until it's tight, clack. And then you can take that other line off and you don't have a bunch of line hanging here that, like on my boat or like most boats. This is kind of a cool feature. I like this. You can put this on a mast after the fact too, so I could add this to my mast. And this is how everybody's doing it now, and I really dig it. It's nice. These spin lock clutches are super nice. They're stainless steel and they work so well. Mine are not as well. And everything kind of comes down. It's nice. Like we said, we just commissioned this boat, so it's got no winches on the mast. Those will be put on before the Cannes boat show. Okay, let's keep moving back. I'm going to show you this this gate again because I just love it now that we can see it on the other side. So we open up the gate and we put it down, and it ends up being the ladder to the outside of the boat. Oh, that's so cool, man. I want that on my boat. I'm not kidding. One of the things I did on my boat that he did on his is put a dedicated stainless steel life raft holder, which is amazing. I think that's absolutely key to have your life raft. As a matter of fact, I think I would have put it all the way on the outside, but he put it halfway in between. So, you know, that's just little tiny things. You've got tons and tons of places to put ropes here. Like I said, this is an actual cruising boat, so these guys are leaving, I think, tomorrow to start cruising around Mallorca. One of the cooler parts of this boat is the aft seating, which I absolutely love. Super comfy. You can put your feet up. You can see everything right here. Like, look at the view. I'm going to show you my eye level. That's my eye level right here. So I've got free reign to see all of my whole boat. You could literally captain the boat from right here. Got a couple more door rads in the back right here and right here. And, you know, another little thing, they welded on a little becket right here for all your extra lines. So if you have any, you know, anything to tie onto that, or you want to hook your spare main halyard here, you can. And it won't be in the way of the rig, which is kind of neat. This is your aft lockers. This is what you get in the back. It's just stowage for whatever you want. There's another one on this side. That's where his passerelle is. That's the thing that you put in the back of the boat to walk over when you're stern to, as is almost every boat in the Med. So that fits in there. That passerelle fits on right here, and then kind of goes backwards. We don't need it right now because we're side tied. There's also a ladder here, and that'll be your ladder for getting up out of the water. I better put that back. It's heavy. Okay. Yeah, that's heavy. It's heavy duty. All right. And then there's access here. This whole thing folds up. These two stairs fold up, and you get access to the back garage here. Would you guys like to see that? I'll go get the key. Give me a second. All right, we're gonna open this hatch. I'm gonna show you how these open. So this one's got a hole in it. See the hole? That goes in here. You open these ones, and then this one goes in here. And then this is spring loaded. Oh, yeah. And then you get access to your bilge pump, and then all of your electronics for the davits and the aft shore power. And then this is actually a really cool thing. This is a motorized shore power cable retriever. That's a mouthful. So you actually just push a button in it and it just rolls up your whole shore power. It's not a cheap option. I think it's like $3 grand, but man, it's nice. It's nice to have. And then, you know, they thought about things like there's a shower back here, and there's water connector, there's some ventilation ports for the aft cabin, and there's dinghy access right here. So you can literally step down, boom, boom, put your dinghy sideways and get into your dinghy this way. I think that this setup right here with the split back stays, this setup is probably the best thing to have for a cruising round the world strong monohull. It's just super strong davits, super strong aft section, super strong everything. Nothing's articulating. Well, I mean, this articulates, but you know, you can just close this off. I absolutely love this situation. A lot of the time the waves will come up and they'll cover this whole area. So you need really strong port lights, like these manship port lights. And you need really strong seals on this thing, so this thing compresses down really well. And you need this part of the boat to just be really, really strong if you're gonna go out in big waves. Some of them are gonna crash on you. Yeah, I like this spot. This is a great, great aft transom. I guess it's just transom. A couple of final things. The main sheet is controlled from the aft end of this boat on its own winch. This is a power winch. This is very nice. This is a nice setup. And because the main sheet is independent of the traveler, that means that you can run the traveler independent of the main sheet. So you can have the main sheet all the way tight and you can still tweak the traveler. It's just to tweak your sails a little bit, which does make a difference, especially for those that are racers or really want that sail control. That's a nice function right here. The traveler is in the back, behind the cockpit, out of the way, nobody's gonna get hit, and the boom is above the hard bimini. The bimini's wired for solar. It doesn't have any on it right now because we just got the boat, so that'll come. As you can tell, this is a single wheel boat as opposed to dual wheels and dual rudders. This is another place where Kyle and I see eye to eye. I think that single rudder boat for a cruising boat is much better, especially when it's protected by a skeg, or in this boat's case, a half skeg. And actually, Kyle has changed my mind on the half skeg. He says that when he had 40 boats in charter every day, he was doing 3 charters a day with 40 boats for 10 years, he would have some of them hit hard enough where the skeg would bend up and lock the rudder, and the rudder couldn't move. So then he started moving to a half skeg, and that never happened again. What happened was half of the rudder would break off, and then the rest of the rudder would be okay behind the skeg. The half of a rudder would be okay to get back to port or do whatever they needed to do. They would still have steerage. You know, it's obviously proven, so, you know, it makes sense. Back to what I was saying before, I prefer having single wheel, single rudder, or dual wheel, single rudder as well works, but that's just added complexity. This thing's super simple. If you start getting into hydraulics here or very complicated steering systems with dual, where you have 3 quadrants and 3 shafts and it's all tied together and interconnected, it just makes it, you know, everything's gonna break eventually. So I'd rather have the more simple. One of the things I don't like is the electronic controls. I think if this does go bad, there's no saving it. Like, you're not gonna be able to control your engine. So even if your engine starts, you're not gonna be able to go into forward or reverse, and that's this right here. So the Vetus makes the best system, but I would prefer having a mechanical system in my boat. That would just be a personal preference. But, you know, it works. Let's see, this cockpit is huge. I mean, I can lay down and have plenty of room for my feet. So let's see, I'm laid down right now like I would be sleeping. I mean, I've got plenty of room up here, right? And there's where my feet end. And I'm about 6 foot. So there's probably 7.5 feet of room in this boat, which is super nice. And then you've got the other side and this side. So you can literally have 3 people sleeping out here, no problem. Well, I guess I could leave that off there. One of the cooler parts of this boat is all of the plexiglass here. You get a lot of light inside the boat. So this is plexi, this is also, oh no, I'm sorry, this is real glass. This is glass, and this is glass. Super cool, I really like that. And don't laugh about my haircut. The table here was an invention by the owner, and I really do love it. This opens up, and then this opens up, and then it does the same thing here. And it's got little knees on the bottom that you fold out to hook it all up, so it gets huge. And it's got integrated cup holders. I mean, somebody was thinking here, and I dig it. That's a nice cockpit table. It's out of the way enough where you can get in and out of the boat, no problem. And then it's got this huge area here where this is where you'd be hiding. So this is my only gripe with this is this thing, the angle of it is angled in a little too much for my taste. If I was sitting here and I wanted to sit underneath the Dodger, I can't really lean backwards. And I understand why they did it. They did it for the profile. They wanted the profile to be smaller and to be form-fitting, but I think in this case, it would have been nice to have the knees of this go out a little bit and then come up. Or just saw the top half a little bit and stretch the whole thing open on both sides. I'm not sure how you do it, but that's how I would prefer. But these are all things that you learn, you know, after you get the boat. Yeah, I really like this window too. They just added this on this boat. This is their first boat with this window, and that's definitely necessary. It's one of those things where, you know, when you're offshore and you're taking big water, you're glad that you have this, but when you're at dock, you really need some airflow, which is why people choose to have a canvas dodger, because you can fold it down a lot of the time. I can do that on my boat. I love that feature, but at the same time, if you're going to go around the world, and especially into cold water, having a hard top, hard dodger is absolutely key. So if you're going to choose one, the hard dodger is better for going far. Cool. And then everything's Antal, which is my favorite company. They make the best stuff. They're out of Italy. That's Antal right there. And they make the winches. They make a lot of the blocks. They make all of the winches, all the powered stuff. And look at these buttons. These are the Antal buttons. Beautiful buttons. And yeah, they just make nice stuff. I have a bunch of Antal gear on my boat. If I could, I would change it out with all Antal gear, but that would be cost prohibitive on a 30-year-old boat. Through the magic of video, I have now changed my clothes, and we're going to go in this boat to see inside. As you can see, we've already moved all of the stuff from inside the boat to the outside to make it pretty for you guys. But before we go in, I want to show you something. This is awesome. This companionway is completely Bluewater, just like the namesake. This is what you want in a Bluewater boat. There's a lot of boats at this level. When you get up to like the $1 million boats, you can have a push button that'll push and raise this up, you know, and just have one thing. And then you can also have doors that open, you know, like 2 doors that open. But that's not what you want for a Bluewater boat, because you want to be able to leave one of the boards in. So when or if the boat gets pooped and the cockpit gets full of water, it doesn't all come into the boat, which does happen, especially if you're planning on sailing around the world, or sailing in high latitudes, or sailing in the Southern Ocean, or you want to go from, you know, in the future you want to go from New Zealand to Chile, and you're going to have to go down to 40 degrees and ride that elevator over. That's what you need. This is what you need. And the fact that these have glass on them, they let in a lot of light. So it's plexiglass on the top and tempered glass on the bottom, and I really love this. It looks nice. It slides really easily. You know, some people don't like that feature, but I think it's awesome. So let's I'll give you guys a look at the salon from my point of view as we're going in. Wow. Okay, what do you think? Kind of neat, right? It's got a lot of natural light from the big windows on the sides, and one thing you'll notice, as everybody does when you first walk in this boat, is this is open underneath here. A lot of boat manufacturers make this part of the engine room, including mine, and with this one you can be sitting at the nav station, which is right here. We're going to sit down here, and then we can talk to the cook. We can talk to the crew. We can have, effectually, your entire salon and galley is now open in one big space, which is super cool. And one thing I really do like. So it's comfortable. It's nice. All right, you ready to see the rest? Again, like I mentioned when we're outside, all of these are owner modified boats. So the owner gets to pick the wood color and type, whether there's wood here or he wants to leave this fiberglass, what kind of headliner he wants. This one is PVC, so it's really easy to take down and clean, and I mean, it'll probably never go bad. And what kind of wood he wants for the floor, whether he wants teak and holly or solid woods, what kind of corian he wants, or even if he doesn't want corian, he'll put stone in here or whatever. But Stone's not really good on a boat because boats flex, stone cracks. So this stuff works really well because it bends a little bit. It's Corian. This owner decided to put big fiddles on the galley, which I really like. That's a very Bluewater-esque galley, but I've seen another boat where he did very minimal, very, very small fiddles, and it also looked nice. I think he did one in stainless steel too for a couple that looked really cool. Maybe I can get some pictures and put them up here for you. So let's go back to the owner's cabin because that's where the magic happens. I think Kyle's back there waiting for us. Are you trying to hide?
No, no. I'm just reading.
Oh,
you're reading a Cruising
just
World
laying
article.
down. Let me do all the work.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, this is the owner's cabin. This is where the magic happens. Nice and big. This is why you buy a 56-foot center cockpit boat. It's got an integrated head with shower, and this is the cool thing they do with all the Blue Waters. They put an inlay. You can choose your mosaic, which is real inlay of tile, and then a very nice, comfortable shower. Tons of storage. This owner decided to put the washer and dryer in the front room, but
Yeah, forward cabin.
would the washer and dryer go in here?
Oh yeah, if you open up that locker, it's actually a large locker. So normally the washer dryer fits in there.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Wow, this is big.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so.
The bottom one. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's plenty of room. You could fit a small child in there.
Yeah, these are deep too. Actually, if you open these up, they go back quite a ways.
Oh, cool. Sweet. We got plenty of storage.
If we do the washer dryer there, they'll put a access panel on the forward end of the shower so you can remove it if you need to service it.
Oh, they'll put an access panel here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Works well. And you get the little, this is that little hidden locker back here.
Yeah.
Once when the TV's over it, you can just press against the TV, so then it'll pop out. So if you're putting safes, lockers, medicines, anything the owners want to keep hidden away, for their traveling offshore, they'll just see a TV. They won't see that this locks up right there.
Cool.
So it's cool little locker.
One thing I really like about your lockers is most of them are cedar lined. So let's check that.
They're all the hanging lockers are all cedar lined.
And these are super neat.
I think it's like 41, 42 inches wide.
So this is cedar here, and this is teak, and this smells. Oh, it smells so good. I'm serious. I love the smell of cedar.
Yeah, it's cool. Once you open both those, the automatic lights kick on.
It smells good. Yeah. Okay.
So some owners will do this as a king. This is, I think he did 68 inches wide. So it's kind of average. I like doing just a little less than a king, so it's easier to fit the sheets because it's kind of a pain in the ass, to do the boats back here. Behind the lockers back there, behind the berths, you can see there are large lockers that drop in as well.
Oh, really? This is lockers?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So people put like pillows and extra bedding and all that stuff down there.
Oh, or children.
Children.
That's cool. I didn't even know that was there. Wow. Cool. This is neat, man. I feel like I'm getting to know this.
Those are the little, we call those little laundry bins, because both of them important to start with having, so you can throw your laundry down in those.
Perfect. Yeah, that's nice. And then when it starts to smell, you just have to do it. And then there's a little seating area back here.
Yeah, some owners will do seats on both sides and cabinets. Some will do settee. Typically, it's actually pretty common to put the seat on the port side. We can actually do 50-inch seating. Yeah, we do a lot of different seating designs. That's where my mother used to always hang out. In those seats, put her feet up, and with the big hull porch next to you, you could just relax.
Let's see. Can you take this for a second? Let's see how this feels.
Yeah,
Like this? This is
I actually like the
spot?
longer settee a little better, but it's just every owner. does it a little
so
different.
some owners can do it a little longer and have a
They'll
little
just
shorter.
lose that, and the whole thing will be a big long settee. The whole thing will be a big curved settee.
It's pretty comfortable. I mean, it's not.
It's nicer when it's longer.
It's not more comfortable enough to sit actually sit
Tougher
down
for you
in.
and I. You have to lean forward a little bit.
Yeah, or just lean back.
I'm sorry, lean back a little bit. Yeah.
Like this would be okay. Oh yeah, this isn't bad. I could read a book here.
Yeah.
Especially underway on a
Like I
port
said, my
tack.
mother enjoyed it quite a bit, but every owner does it differently.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's pretty nice. Oh, don't tell Code I had my feet on his bed, okay? He'll never watch this. He doesn't watch YouTube. So with this owner decided to do induction everything. So this is actually a air fryer and a convection oven, and then he's got another convection oven here.
This is actually an air fryer as well.
Oh, really?
We learned afterwards. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
really?
Oven, convection oven, air fryer, convection oven, air fryer as well. This whole thing lifts up and slides back.
Okay, let's show him.
Oh, hold on a second. You have to take off the back if you're going to do it. So.
Oh.
Yeah. So this
Can I see?
Yeah. Hold on a second.
I'd like to see how that works.
Let's see.
Oh, you don't know how it works.
Yeah, because he did this one slightly different because of the size of the. Oh no, that's. Yeah,
you don't know how these boats work, do you?
This one is funny because this is a different size stove than our usual one, so I'm actually So this
every one of your boats is different.
They're all custom built. Yeah. So it's interesting. I should actually.
I think you could just move it back. Try just rolling it back.
I think so. No, it's something.
Right. Oh, you know what it is? They locked it in. You have to just pick the back up.
Yeah.
Lift the whole thing up. Pick the back up.
Yeah.
Now put it in, and then pick it up, and now it locks in.
Oh,
I can see the locks down here.
Okay, so it's locked in the back. So normally they slide in the back.
Uh-huh.
Normally lifts up and slides in the back.
Okay, well, you just wanted to do it different.
Yeah.
And then there's your stove.
Which needs to be cleaned.
That's all right. It's okay.
He made pizza in it the other day, so he was pretty happy.
Let's all just thank Code for cleaning up his boat so well for us. This was all for this tour, so that was super sweet of him. Thank you, Code. This is a cool boat, man.
Actually, you know what's cool is people don't realize how big this storage is back here. Uh-huh. This is 11-foot long galley, right? So, but back here, this walker right here, the top goes all the way. I can't even reach the back of it. It goes all the way to the hull. So I'm still not reaching the back of it in the top.
Wow. Yep. That's where you hide your dead bodies, people. All right, let's go look up front because this is a 3-cabin boat. So, like my boat, when you go through this, this bulkhead on most sailboats is a very, very thick bulkhead. All sailboats need a structural bulkhead in this area of the boat. This one, because it's such a big boat and it's made for blue water, is extra thick. So this bulkhead's like ridiculously thick, solid glass. And when you go through here, then you're in the crew cabin. So also on my boat, it's the same way. This one's cool how they did the coach top. So the coach roof actually extends over this.
Yeah, it makes a little bit of a shelf.
Yeah, it makes a little bit of a shelf. And behind this structural bulkhead, then you have the rest of the cabins of the boats. And that's usually how boats have been built since like 1990. With this big structural bulkhead separating the owner's space and the common space from the guest and the pilot berths. There is a couple ways to do this. You can do one cabin up here with a head in the front. You can do 2 cabins up here. I think he makes a 4-cabin version. You did this in a 4-cabin version.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, we do 2 cabins, 4 cabins. Did a 4-cabin. The last one was 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it works surprisingly well.
Do you split the aft? Is that
No. So you lose part of the nav station. So you lose that last 18, 20 inches right here.
Uh-huh.
You lose that big hanging locker on the port side. The berth becomes a queen. It gets moved over to the side, and then it's built down the side of the vessel. So it becomes an upper and lower or a wide single. So.
Oh, okay. So there's a berth there.
Berth there for the 4.
Master.
Yeah.
That one, and then that one as well. Okay.
And that port cabin pulls out to a queen width. Right, so
yes.
It's on that scissor design.
Yeah,
you'll show them. It's a cool setup, and then the whole berth lifts up for storage underneath.
Yeah, let's go see.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying, there's a couple of different ways to do this. Basically, what you want to do if you're ever designing a boat, you want to have independent access to the head from each berth. That's important. You want privacy, basically. So with this one, you can cut off the entire front of the half of the boat. Or you can cut off, each berth has a door. So there's a door here, there's a door here, and then this berth has access here to the head, and then this berth and the rest of the rooms would have access here to the forward head. So you only need one forward head. that's the way to do a blue water boat. Honestly, you don't need 4 heads. That's a charter boat. When you get into having 4 heads, then you get into problems where you have to rebuild 4 heads every freaking year, and you don't need that many headaches. Okay, so we just walked through the door. Here's the mast. The mast is exposed. I do like that. It makes it so if you have any leaks or anything, it'll just go down to the bilge, and you don't ruin all the wood that's surrounding it, and you can access everything. This is nice that you can see the partners. You call this the mast partners, and you can see the mast boot there. You can see if any problems are happening. So I really dig that. There's a hanging locker right next to the mast, which is just basically a use of space here. This could come and go, but I really like that's there. You can put some brooms and stuff in it, but this is the really cool part. So this bed is a Pullman bed, and the cool part about it is if you can flip it down. I got my drone charging here. Have to move that real quick. And you can pull it out, and now it's a queen size bed. Yeah, I can't remember how this flips up. Well, anyway, now it turns into a queen size bed. So this turns into a huge bed, and then it's not really accessible like that, so we can put it back, and now it's a double. Cool. So that is a very comfortable bed, and it's not going to move as much as the forward. But the forward is also a semi-walk-around island style bed. Looks nice. Looks like a queen. Looks like my bed, actually, in my boat. This is my owner's bed. Plenty of room. There's this hanging locker. Also, they're all cedar lined. This one smells like soap because it's got all the soap in it. A couple of cool things that he decided to do in this boat is he put this on pistons, so that is awesome. So you've got your washing machine here and your water maker here, and you can access everything very easily. And yeah, I dig that. That's nice. So you can access all the wiring for the boat going up forward. You can access the water maker from here, and you can access the washer or dryer. So that's really nice to have. There's tons of room, tons of storage. It's really well done. Also cedar line, which is super cool. Wow, this is a nice boat. So this is a way you can tell just from walking on a boat how well it's manufactured. You see this right here? That's nice stainless hardware. That is not cheap. That thing probably costs like $200 right there for both those pieces. But they'll last 30 years, and if he's spending $200 on that piece, he's doing really good joinery. Like, look at this joinery. This is a very well made boat. So we have complete privacy in the bed, and then private access to the head. So that's what you want. The head's really cool in this boat. This is what you get in a 56 that you don't get in, say, like a 50-foot boat. You get a stand-up shower in both the forward and aft heads. Again, with the custom inlay, and then tons of storage. This is Corian again, which I prefer on boats. I don't really like stone on a big boat like this. It'll crack. Yeah, and then you got a big window here. This is manship integrated bug hatch, and then these manship hatches are just freaking awesome. Cool, right? So you can get a lot of wind if you want that. But right now they're running the AC because we're at the dock. All right, you want to take us through the fuel polishing system and the engine room and why?
Sure.
Explain why you made the engine room the way you did.
Yeah, that actually gets discussed a lot, doesn't it? Well, you know a bit of the story, but our history is our family history was, the charter industry. Having been in the charter industry for over 30 years, right? And I ran the business for 11 years down in St. Thomas. And we did about 1,000 charters a year. So when we first got involved building the Hyos's, we went in and totally re-engineered the boats completely. Actually, our head mechanic, Dennis James, who's an Antiguan, went over, spent months over there, redid the whole layout of the boat. And it really paid off. It's been an awesome layout. A lot of boats this size, man, they do engine rooms, you know, like 50, 60-foot boats, 50, 55-footers. And we are completely against it. It just doesn't make sense. If you look at the walkthroughs of, these are great companies like Hallberg, you know, like Oyster, Kraken, any of these guys, ML, you can't access all angles of the engine. Just can't do it. It's either a difficult reach, a blind reach, or you have to go underneath the galley sink or something of that nature. They put way too much equipment inside the engine rooms, trying to jam it in there, thinking that it makes sense. It doesn't. There are too many dangerous corners. If it's hot, if you've lost power, if you've lost light, you're screwed, quite honestly. And so we've taken the opposite approach. We've actually shrink wrap the engine. We actually take everything, we shrink wrap it. So we take the engine, we build everything as close as possible, so nothing is a difficult reach. And this is the best, you know, example of that right here in the front. So I know I've showed this off thousands of times at the boat shows and a few videos, but it really works well. So, you know, main engine access right here. So I can sit right here, got my tools right here, you know, alternator belt, injectors, you have to check anything, all of the basic equipment, especially these new common rail engines, you can use just like an automotive engine. You still have to do the same servicing, fluids, belts, impellers, and all of that's easy to access right here. In addition to that, we get the built-in filtration system, dual fuel system. This is a pretty standard piece of equipment from Raycor, not difficult to access or purchase or put on board a vessel. The key is to add an auxiliary fuel pump to it in addition to the engine's fuel pump. And with this, and then with the proper manifold, which is right here.
Let me just step over you real quick.
Go ahead. So all I have to do is to run any tank. If I want to move fuel from tank to tank, if I just want to polish it anytime, all I have to do is bypass the circuit. You know, the full circuit goes from the tanks through the manifold, through the filters, to the engine, and then the return, right? So if I just throw this one valve right here, everything shuts the engine off. The circuit now is closed. So it's tanks to the manifold, to the filters, back to the manifold. So I can direct any tank to any tank right here very easily. I can also polish any tank very easily. We have a really kind of a straightforward approach to how we go from tank to tank doing it. And what's great about this is, you know, it's easy to run. People say, well, is it difficult to do at an angle, you know, because it's angled right here. But with the fuel pump, it actually primes it all for you. So you don't have to do anything but just drain the bottom, change out the filter, close the filter, and then turn on the pump, and it just primes it all for you, which is awesome. The other nice thing that's here too is we have a full start and stop of the engine right here. You know, because often when we were in charter, we had to work on the engines by ourselves, and so you can just turn on this switch right here, start the engine right up, and start and stop it.
That's nice to have. Yeah, that's cool that you put that on stock.
Plus, we get a full secondary freshwater pump system built in. There you go. Yeah. So not much you have to access over here except for the impeller. And then all the doors open up, as you can see, and the main doors in the back for the generator open up on both sides. You can really get a sense of that on the other door. You know.
So there's not much else in here, right? There's only the engine and the generator?
Engine, genset, filters, strainers, that's it. Okay. Everything else, all the systems, we've got them put away outside the engine room in much more accessible, cleaner places to be. There's no heat, there's no engine dust, there's none of that stuff. Yeah.
I like it. Again, look at the quality of the hardware. That's how you can tell a boat manufacturer that I can't figure this out. I don't know why.
No. Yeah, so yeah, you see how they twist right here? So you twist it in the right, pops closed that way. You're gonna make sure you're gonna make sure the lock is lined up. Here it is. Yeah.
Anyway, they're good.
Yeah, it is.
That's funny, man. All right.
There we go.
Okay, so say you're going in here to cook some pizza, and you want to talk to the guy at the nav station. Well, hello, Mr. Sear. How you doing? Yeah, this is nice. I like it. It's like a. Let's see if we can get this on film.
You want me to hold it for you?
I'm trying to get it so There we go. There we go. Okay, so you can do some dishes here. You can talk to the guy at the nav station. Nav station's here. Yeah. And then the guys sitting over here waiting for your food all gets to kind of hang out together. This is nice, man. It's really open. It's got a lot of light.
Well, you kind of thought out of 2 to 8 people, right? I mean, so.
Well, I mean,
most of the time it's 2 to 4 to 6, right? That's most often. But occasionally, I mean, set up to sleep 8 or 9. But yeah, it's usually 2 to 6 people on board.
Yeah, you want the ability to have your whole family, but you don't really want them here, so you make it just uncomfortable enough with 8 that they don't want to be here.
What's that saying? 6 for drinks, 4 for dinner, only 2 are allowed to stay?
Yeah.
That's a good saying.
Anything else you want to show people? There's tons of nav station space. There's space for a copy machine here.
Pop the door behind the nav right there. Pop, you know,
this one?
Yeah, or the computer. Yeah, just you can see all that.
There's the wiring. The wiring job that the Chinese did is freaking immaculate. I really like that they put it all in races. It makes it really pretty. And here's another view of the wiring job.
It's all tin wiring too. You know, a lot of the European builders didn't use tin wiring until just a few years ago, which is surprising. That matters if you're looking at brokerage boats, right? Because if you're looking at older brokerage boats, you know, like your boat, but you don't have tin wiring on your vessel.
No.
You know, so Oyster didn't start doing tin wiring until just a few years ago.
Yep. Just to polish off the engine room tour for you. This is generator access here.
Lock right there.
Here's an oil change system with a pump right here, all built into the boat, which is cool.
It does the engine, genset, and transmission.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you guys hear that? This does the engine, generator, and transmission fluid changes, which is super cool. He decided to go with a 10.5 kilowatt. This is a huge generator. Probably not needed on a 60-foot boat, but
it's also nice too. It's kind of tough. He's got it right in the way, but he's got his extra oil right there. But that's your autopilot right there.
Oh, really?
That's your autopilot.
Oh, you've got it down here.
Yeah. So pull those.
No way.
Fluid cans out of the way.
Oh, that's
out of the way right there.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
This is the autopilot.
Oh, so it's not a chain and cable. That's your drive system, right? That Jeffa drive system.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
That's your whole autopilot system right there. So there's no. There's no hydraulic drive arm underneath your berth listening to it go back and forth. There's none of that.
Oh, so it's not cable.
Oh no, it's all solid.
This is all solid.
It's all solid drive system. Yeah,
No way.
Yeah. It's all Jeffa. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh wow! Yeah. I was telling people. I apologize. I was telling people it was cable. It's not.
No.
It's not
all,
cable.
All drive system.
Wow, that's cool. Look at that linkage, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So that's the same stuff Hallberg, Oyster, everybody uses.
Okay. Wow. I'm impressed. I'm gonna change my autopilot for a Heffa drive. I want one of those planetary gear ones like that.
Yeah. We did the Whitlocks for a while, but they have cadmium fittings, which we don't like.
Oh,
cadmium would break down. So there were stainless rods, and this aluminum is actually holding up better, and the joints are easier.
So I gotta say it because I wouldn't feel right if I didn't. I don't like the common fuel rail engines. I think that if you get hit by lightning, which I have been hit by lightning, those things are going to die because they're ECU controlled. So just to explain, if you don't know the difference, diesel engines have injectors, and those injectors are controlled by a fuel pump. So the fuel pump on old diesels is mechanical. It's just this thing that turns around with the turning of the engine, and every time a lobe hits it, it sprays a little bit of fuel into one of the ejectors, and then that compresses, and at a certain point it compresses enough where it ignites. So the way that they do engines now is they have a rail instead of a fuel pump, and it's computer controlled just to however much gas you give it to be the ultimate efficiency. They're cleaner, they use less gas. They're better engines. They are, I'll admit. But for the cruising sailor, having that single point of failure where if you have a problem with the ECU, your engine just will not work. So if you get hit by lightning, or if the ECU fails, or if you have some kind of power surge and somebody accidentally touches a couple of wires together and it gets into the ECU and it blows it up, unless you have a spare that's already programmed to your engine you're going to be dead in the water. So I don't really love that. I mean, it is a sailboat, so there's a reason it's an auxiliary engine. It's just, it tends to happen offshore right when you need it the most, and having that point of failure whereas with the old engines, if you get hit by lightning, you know, it'll fry all of the electronics, but all you got to do is use a screwdriver, short the starter solenoid, and it'll start up. So there is the same thing to be said by how inherently complicated all of the lithium system is. You know, that's actually your secondary problem would be the common rail engine, because your entire battery system and all the BMS and everything, all that stuff would be fried too. So I don't know. You know, you got to kind of just. What's your take on that?
That's the problem with. The problem now is this is the way everybody's going. I mean, I've fought the lithium for a long time. This is what, the 5th or 6th battery in the last 2 years, boat that I've done the last 2 years. You know, and it's still a learning curve. But when it's in here, it's working, man. It's pretty impressive, right? I mean, it's impressive. To be able to run the air conditioning all night long, 3 systems on a boat like this, and only use 50-60% of your batteries, jump it right back up in an hour and a half is pretty impressive. The downside is, yeah, you're vulnerable to an electrical issue. Same with the engines. I mean, there isn't anybody who builds an engine now that's 100 horsepower or greater that's not common rail. So you're going to have that. It's just.
No, I think you can get one, can't you?
No, you can't.
They don't even build the.
They build them outside the U.S. You can't buy them in the U.S.
Let's just comment on how bad my haircut is real quick.
Yeah,
I look like Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Okay, I should have worn a hat today. All right, well, this was the Bluewater 56 tour. Thank you guys for coming with me. Big thanks to Kyle Jackney for letting us tour his boat and inviting me to commission this thing. I've got a lot of time on this boat now. I will
say, James, I'm not good on this camera thing, but James was freaking invaluable here. Going from his Spanish from the minute we landed, which was a disaster, from just getting stuff done, parts, electrical. So when he talks about electrical shit, I mean, he was as good as any of these guys here. And this is a really impressive yard, and yeah, invaluable. So
okay, that's enough of that.
It's good. It's coming from a place of knowledge.
It was a pleasure, man. This guy's cool. He'll take care of you. All the owners love him. If you're looking for a newer boat,
you told me we flew to France yesterday for a part.
Yeah, we flew to France yesterday just to pick up a part for the owner so he can get out of here today. Yeah, if you're looking for a boat, be sure to call Kyle and just chat with him. I think you'll learn a lot, and I really did. This was cool, man. I mean, I thought. I've been sailing a long time and I've been cruising a long time, and you know, it gets to the point where you're just saturated. Like there's just so many pumps you can rebuild and stuff. But to be able to be part of something that I really learned a lot. I'm used to working with everything that's seized and it's 30 years old, and it's this was super cool, and that's the top of the line, the best technology, the brand new stuff. So yeah, man, it's a cool boat. I'm very impressed. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, it was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. Now let's go sailing.
If these guys want more information, where do they go to find you?
To our site, bluewateryachts.com. The boat show, you can call me directly. You can email. It's Kyle at Bluewater Yachts. But bluewateryachts.com is the website. It's got all the information. We'll have information on this boat put up in there in the next few days. So yeah.
All right. So. You want to see it sailing? We're about to go sailing and fly the drone and show you guys some drone shots. So I think that'll be the end of this video, is just some shots of this damn thing out doing what it does in its element. I'm super excited actually, because this is the first time we'll be able to sail this boat after 6 weeks of working on it. So let's go! Before we go, I just wanted to show you what it looked like inside with the thing shut up. So this is the plexiglass, this is the glass. Looks nice. It's got a lot of light in here. You can hear the AC pumps and the fridges and all your electronic gear. Oh yeah, I'm excited. Let's go sailing. like this spot. Shout out to OC Tenders. So let's talk about the hull on this thing. The hull is made of 16 to 24 layers of fiberglass and aramid fiber. Aramid fiber is another word for Kevlar. It's just a different brand. It's the only boat like that built. So a lot of boats like the Kraken, they put in a few layers of aramid fiber. A lot of boats actually will put in a couple layers, but nobody does every other layer of aramid. And if you go on at ChatGPT right now and you say, what is the strength comparative to aluminum with 16 layers and 8 layers of those 16 are aramid fiber, it'll tell you 8 to 10 millimeter aluminum, which is what the Garcia uses on the bottom of the boat. So this boat is crazy strong, and I think it may be just as strong as aluminum. I'm very happy to be telling you guys this because I think this is going to change the entire industry. I get a lot of people that they call me and they're like, James, what should I buy? I want the safest boat possible for my family. I want to go around the world and not die. And you know, for a long time it was aluminum boat that would be the safest, or a steel boat would be the safest, but that's slow. Aluminum kind of is the best in between, but it has a lot of downsides because you have to watch all the stray current, you have to watch dropping pennies in the bilge, you have to watch, you put the wrong bottom paint on the thing and it'll spring a leak. Whereas fiberglass is so easy, but it's not as strong as aluminum until now, until this boat. And I think, I have a premonition that all of the boats are going to go to every other layer aramid fiber layup. I just think that it's going to happen. Once this gets out and once everybody realizes how strong this stuff is, it's going to happen on all the boats. The Kraken's going to do it, the Halvard Rossi's going to do it, all of the Bluewater contenders, the Mel is going to do it. Yeah, that's my premonition. So my take on this boat, I love this boat. I would absolutely order one of these above any other Bluewater boat on the market. It's also, when you're ordering a custom boat like this, you're doing a lot of work with the builder, and Kyle is the man. He's such a cool guy. I originally took this job just to come once and be able to experience it, but he offered it to me again, so I think that I'm still gonna commission these boats with him, just because he's a blast. He's real fun. He knows a lot about boats. I'm learning a ton, and it's fun work, you know. It's cool. I get to help people out. I get to wire masts one day and then go up the rig the next day and then fly the drone the next day, and I mean, it's kind of a sailor's dream job. So I think I'm gonna keep doing it with them. So if you do buy one of these, I might be the one commissioning it for you. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for joining me on the tour. I hope you liked the boat. If you want any more information, you can go to bluewateryachts.com and talk directly to Kyle, and make sure you tell him I sent you. All right, peace, love, see you next time.
Well, you walk everywhere in the sole, it's very solid. Are you filming this, you little fucker?
That's a trick. I'm trying to share this with everybody.
Yeah, if you want to, I mean, anything that squeaks, I mean, this sole is solid as hell, but this is one area because this little pan squeaks a little bit when you walk on it, so you just put a little surf wax around the edge.
That's a cool trick, man. There you go. No more squeaking. Oh, it's all dirty. Now I gotta throw this away. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna get some surf wax.
Yeah, just make sure you get this is the one that squeaks because it's right at the bottom of the stairs right there, which is set up. Usually then you can figure out which area you might not hit right.
Okay, let me kill the AC so I don't have too much noise in here, and I'll show you this boat. This is a beautiful boat.
Nothing.
Yeah, cool. Nicely done, dude.